Hi friends, hope you are doing great. Today we are going to learn the fundamentals of buckets and storing your data and interact with cloud storage through the Google Cloud Console. Step 1, we are going to create a bucket. Second, share the object. Third, create folders. Fourth, delete the objects. Now we will go to the console, Google Cloud Console. So this is the Google Cloud Console. This is the dashboard. Here we have to click the home page and we have one option storage. Under this storage we have again storage options. So here browser, we have to click the browser. So cloud storage, we can store and retrieve our data. Create, we are going to create a bucket. So buckets are the basic containers that hold our data in cloud storage. Here we have to enter a unique name for your bucket. Don't include sensitive information in the bucket name because the bucket namespace is global and publicly visible. I am giving the name as Madurai01. Then click continue. Here we have we have to choose where to store our data. This is permanent. This permanent object defines the geographic placement of your data and affects cost, performance and availability. We can select the location type, region, dual region and multi-region. So region, it is lowest latency within a single region. Dual region, high availability and low latency across two regions. Third one, multi-region, highest availability across largest area. If you are selecting region, the cost is like $0.020 per GP. If you are selecting dual region, it will vary. The cost will vary, depends upon the storage location type. So if you are selecting region, here we can select only one location only. Like this, Americas, Europe, Asia Pacific, we have like this only one region only it will be. If you are selecting dual region, we will be having two regions. Like I am not selecting this. Okay, if you are selecting dual region, here you can see friends, two regions it will be reflecting. Like in Americas, Europe also we can see, Asia Pacific, Tokyo and Osaka, like that, Asia one. Then if you are selecting multi-region, then you can see here multiple regions in US. Likewise we will be having, okay, Americas, Europe and Asia Pacific. Okay, now I am going with the region US Eastern South Carolina. Just click continue. Then next we have to choose a default storage class for your data. A storage class sets cost for storage, retrieval and operations. Pick a default storage class based on how long you plan to store our data and how often it will be accessed. If you are selecting standard, it is best for short term storage and frequently accessed data. Nearline, it is best for backups and data access to less than once a month. Cold line, it is best for disaster recovery and data access to less than once a quarter. Archive, best for long term digital preservation of data access to less than once a year. So if you are selecting standard, you can see the cost like $0.020 per GP. If you are selecting nearline, it will vary $0.010 per GP month. Okay, likewise we can select cost will vary, depends upon the storage class. Now I am going with standard storage. Just click continue. Then if we have to select the control access to the objects, so fine grained access control I am selecting, continue. Then advanced settings optional only. Now I am going to create the bucket. Just click create a bucket. Create bucket, created bucket. So now the bucket name Madurai01 bucket has been created. Now what I am going to do means I am going to upload files. Now just click upload files. I am uploading file from my desktop only. So I have uploaded this file from my desktop. The file name is called this one. The file name has been uploaded now. Okay, fine, complete. If we click this link, our file will be we can see our file. Okay, we can see that image. If you are clicking this one only, just click this one. Under this we have this authenticated URL. Just click this URL, so we can view this image right now. Okay, friends, see here public access. Under this public access we have not public. Okay, so for example, if I have created this bucket and I have uploaded this image, now I can only view this image, but others won't view this image. If I am giving this link to some other, if I am giving this link to some other persons, they can't open. Okay, they can't open. If they open, it will throw some error only. If I someone has to view this image means what I have to do means I have to change this public access to public. Everyone should be seeing this, like visible it should be. So how to do that means, so we have to share the public access. So how to do that means, we have to go to the permissions. So here we have one options called add, then click add here. So here we have to click all users, it will come. Here we have to click this, then select a role. Here we have to select cloud storage. Under this cloud storage we have storage object viewer. So just select this rule, select this role, select object viewer, then click save. It will ask, are you sure want to make this resource public? Okay, adding all users or all authentications users. So now I will click this allow public access. If I am clicking means then that the public will be changed. Okay, I will tell this one. Okay, fine. So go to the bucket back. You can see here public to the internet. So now what I can do means, if I am giving this link to someone, everyone can view this link, everyone can view this image. Just click this image, you can copy the URL, and everyone can access this. See here public URL it's saying. So I can give this link, public URL link. You can everyone can view this link now. So if I am giving right this, it will come like this only, storage.googleaps.com, like that only it will come. Madurai 01, it's a bucket name, and image name, it will come like that only. Okay, everyone can see right now. Okay friends, so now what we are going to do, what we are going to see means, then we have a configuration. So here the creator date, updated date, location type, default storage class, we can view these things. And the permissions we have, under this permissions public to this internet, likewise we can see. Then retention we have, so we can set the retention policy also here. And we have lifecycle management also. Here we can set the lifecycle management. So I am going to put the lifecycle management. If an object meets the conditions for multiple rules, then we can set this, like deletion take precedence over a change in storage class. So changing the object to colder storage classes takes precedence over changing to warmer ones. So now I am going to add a one rule. For example, just click add a rule. So for example, our objects, okay, our objects is it should our we have to set the storage class to nearline, particularly after 10 days or 30 days, once in a month. Likewise we can do that. So what I am going to do is I am going to delete the object. Okay, just click continue right now. So just I am selecting this age. This rule will apply the action to create to current and future objects that meet all the selected conditions. So just I am giving 10 days now. Just click continue, just click create. So delete object 10 days plus since object was updated. For example, I have uploaded object today. After 10 days automatically that object will be deleted. That's what I have set this rule. Okay, if I am adding some more rules also, my storage class, okay, my storage class already I have selected standard storage only. My storage class should go to from standard to nearline automatically after 10 days or 20 days. We can set the rule like that. Okay, now if I am selecting this set rule, then same click continue, then click age, then I am clicking like 10 days. After continue, just click continue and click create. So again I am adding one more rule here. See here, set to nearline 10 days since object was updated. So now I will edit this one. Okay, sorry, I will update like 5 days, because already I have updated deleted option, right? Deleted this one. So I am updating 5 days only. See here, for example, my object has been uploaded. Okay, in the which class we have selected? I think standard only we have selected, right? Standard. Then it will go to that near line. After 5 days automatically it will go to near line. Then after that maybe the object will be deleted after 10 days. So likewise I have set these rules. Likewise we can set the rules also in the lifecycle management. Okay, now what we are going to do means, okay, now we will delete this one, delete these rules, delete these rules. Just click delete. Okay, now I have deleted this one. Second one okay, now I have deleted this rule. Go to the objects. Now what we are going to do means, we are going to create one folder also. We can create the folder also. Here we have one option called create folder. Just click create folder and we can give the name also, Madurai 2, like that we can create one folder likewise. So folder also it has been created. Now under this folder we can put some files also here, upload some files also, likewise we can do it. So this is the bucket name, Madurai 1. So here we have created one folder, and here we have created one image also. Now what we are going to do means, we are going to delete those things. So just click delete, it will be deleted now. Just we have to type this option, delete. Okay, then just click confirm. The object has been deleted and folder also has been deleted. Now we are going to delete the bucket name. Go to the bucket, select here and delete option. Now we have to enter the bucket name also, Madurai 0. Okay friends, thanks friends, we have done our bucket, creating the bucket and doing some performing some task, and we have deleted this option. We have deleted the bucket finally. Thank you friends, thanks a lot.